right along. So this past Wednesday marked the 25th anniversary of the Mick Foley versus Undertaker Hell in a Cell match. And I wanted to know from your perspective, like, what was the impact of that Hell in a Cell match? Can you still see that influence and that impact today?
The influence, I don't really know because I feel like they avoid everything that made that match super iconic.
Mm.
Like nowadays, they're so focused on safety that a Hell in a Cell match doesn't really have so much hell going on in it. Like
Mm.
not to the extent that they had. Like they went off the edge, they went through the middle. I think Mick Foley lost part of his ear. I think he also dislocated his arm off of it. Like that was really like a Hell in the Cell match. Like they actually utilized the cage more so back then
Yeah.
when I was a kid. So within that a 10-year span, I feel like there was a hefty influence. But then I feel like now because they're so focused on like safety, they have the cage just there, and it's the most I feel like they do is climb the cage. They always have that spot where they climb the cage and they're hitting each other.
Mm-hmm.
They have like spots where they throw each other into the cage. But I'm not gonna lie, the older that I get, because they're not doing all the stuff that I'm used to seeing growing up that really made it like a Hell in the Cell, it's not as exciting to me.
Mm.
But they did make an impact for within that span because I don't think I ever seen personally a Hell in a Cell match that I feel like could top that. Like, shout out to Mick Foley, bro, because I would have been quit once I fell off the side, but he really did not give a fuck. He was on the stretcher and say, "Yo, let me pull up. I'm not done with this motherfucker." And he went out like a champ. He really did. It's just, they just they're I guess afraid, Like
Yeah.
I understand. They're trying to be safe. It's just to me, I feel like if I had like my kids watching or something like that, they're gonna watch off of what they see now. What they see now is like the watered down version. I feel like you don't see their influence as much anymore, and
Mm.
kind of makes me a little bit sad, a little disappointed. But what do you think about it? Do you feel like you still see hints of it, or is it just like gone?
I believe that the Hell in a Cell match has become iconic because of that match. And I
Yeah.
feel like you said, like I feel like it's gotten a lot more safe over the years. But I feel like when you have a match like that and the bar is raised to that level, you now know what's possible. Right? Like Mans fell off a cage through the announce table and bro was like, nah, I want more. And then he got put through the top of a cage,
You
landed
did.
on the mat, and but stuff like that sets the bar. It sets the tone for what's possible in matches like these. And I feel like while everybody may or may not admit it, that's a bar, that's a standard, that's something that everybody tries to reach, which is the reason why even outside of that match, there are so many quality Hell in a Cell matches that have put people on the map and have established people. We can look at Mick Foley versus we can look at Mick Foley versus Triple H. I believe it was in 2000. We can look at Undertaker and Brock Lesnar. We can look at Taker versus Triple H with Shawn Michaels as the special guest referee.
Didn't
There's
Edge
so
versus the Undertaker too in a
Edge
Hell in a
versus the
Cell?
Undertaker as well. There's so many Hell in a
The
Cell
girls
match.
too. We didn't even mention the girls. Sasha was in the
Charlotte
cage. How many
versus and
times?
Sasha, yeah. Charlotte
Bailey
and
versus
Sasha,
Sasha.
Bailey
Becky
versus
versus
Sasha.
Sasha. Yeah.
There's mad at them. There's mad at them. But like stuff like it's the Hell in a Cell match 25 years ago, and the fact that it established the bar and it made the standard that other wrestlers want to aspire to has led us to having so many other great Hell in a Cell matches. Are they as extreme as they were before? Probably not. And considering that WWE is a more PG product, we probably are not going to see any human being getting launched off the top of a cage in the foreseeable future. But it has provided us with a benchmark and a standard that like everything can kind of be compared to and that other wrestlers can strive for, which is the reason why there have been so many great Hell in a Cell matches. So that's my stance on it. I think that the influence is still there for sure.
Okay.
But we want to know how y'all feel about the fact that it is 25 years since Hell in a Cell. Let us know in the comments about the influence of this particular match. But on to something that is